Hi there, and welcome to this webinar, CRM from your inbox. My name's John Carini, and I will be your host today. And my goal is to show you how you can use CRM from your inbox. My name's John Carini, and I will be your host today. Sorry for the echo. Okay, that's good. So we've been doing really well with these videos, and people are very interested in just this concept of doing CRM from your inbox. We've had 500 plus views on many of our videos. Please do subscribe down below. And the way this will work is I'll show a few slides and then I'll get started with a live demo and show you how you can use Salesforce, um, NetSuite, and Sugar CRM, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, and all of these CRMs from your inbox. Also, I'll show a little bit about our own product called iCRM and how you can use that from your inbox. Just a few slides about the company. We were actually established in the mid-90s, and believe it or not, the original concept for the founding of the company was that CRM should be completely accessible from your email and calendar. And here we are many years later. We've really perfected that, I believe. So you be the judge, but and I'll show you how it works in just a bit. So a little bit about all our products. So these, we call them connectors. So we have a connector for Outlook and Salesforce, connector for Gmail and Salesforce, connector for Gmail and Dynamics, and we support Gmail, Outlook, and Notes for email, and then Salesforce, Dynamics, Oracle, Sugar, NetSuite, and our own iCRM. So these connectors, it's really what allows you to do CRM from your inbox, and we'll be showing that in just a little bit. And then we actually have our own product called iCRM, and it's a configurable all-in-one CRM that includes the connector at one low price, which is around $30 per user per month. And it includes everything else we offer. It even has this thing embedded in it called Social Insights. And what Social Insights is a product that lets you go to any LinkedIn profile and basically create a lead in either Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, or our own iCRM, and it's included with that. So I won't spend a lot of time on Social Insights, but maybe I'll show one slide about it at the end just so that you can get an idea about what it does. We've won all sorts of awards over the years. Here's some on the screen. And we have loads of customers, both big and small. There's obviously some of the larger ones on the screen. We even have white label relationships. And sometimes when you buy other people's products, you're actually getting some of ours. Before I get into this, I wanted to mention that there is a comment section really in YouTube. If you actually post a comment, and I'll post one, you can ask me a question. So at any time in the presentation, please feel free to ask questions in the comments area on YouTube below. This is live, and I'll do my best to answer any questions you might have. So fire away, and if appropriate, I'll stop the presentation and actually address your questions as they arise, assuming they're pertinent. And if not, I'll just get to them at the end. So you might have to be a little patient. Anyway, fire away with the questions. So here's the problem with CRM the way I see it. Most CRMs are really hard to use. They're time consuming. It's kind of overwhelming. There's lots of dual entry and requires training, and then also oftentimes requires like literally an army of consultants to get up and running. And the bottom line is lack of adoption is the big problem. So actually using CRM from your inbox, whether that be with Salesforce or Dynamics or our own iCRM product, it really does solve this problem like in one quick and easy way. It makes it super easy to use. Salesforce or whatever you're using from your inbox saves tons of time, super simple, automates a lot of the data entry and prevents dual entry. and you're in the same workflow as email. And there's studies that show that people spend 2/3 to 3/4 of their day in their emails. So it's really important to surface your CRM in your email. Also, we'll set it up for you. This is not the type of product, and that goes for our connectors as well as our CRM. It's not the type of product that you need technical assistance to get up and running. It's super easy adoption, and using CRM from your inbox leads to CRM success. So the idea is you do everything from email and calendar. So you'll see, I'll demo this in just a second, but in Gmail and Outlook, you get this sidebar. When you get a message from one of your customers or leads, it pops up all the pertinent information about that customer right there inside the message. And then you can, obviously log the message, save the message in the CRM so that it's there for future, for looking at in the future. But then also if somebody sends you an email and it's a referral or something, and they're not in Salesforce or whatever CRM you're using, you can add them on the fly. We even take like social media stuff and help you build the contact or lead when you add them to your CRM. There's also another component to all this. There's a background sync, and you can set it up so that everything gets synced in the background really, really quickly and easily if you so desire. I kind of like a little bit of both, like a little bit of a background sync and a little bit of of using it in the UI, and I'll talk about that a little more later. So in addition, you can do everything from your calendar. So you go into your Google Calendar, your Outlook calendar, you can invite customers to calendar, to meetings and so on, and then save that in your CRM in Salesforce or whatever. And then right before the meeting, you can get like a 360-degree view and see what's going on um, with with that customer before you enter the meeting, if you will. So um, so anyway, bottom line is though, it works pretty much the same way in the calendar as it does in the email. And there's also a background sync. I actually think the background sync on the calendar is more important than the background sync on the email. I like to pick and choose the email messages that I'd like to save, but the background sync on the emails is also interesting. It depends on your requirements. However, for example, if you have some sort of automated workflow in your CRM, whether that be Salesforce or something, and it creates calendar items, they'll actually come out to your Google or Outlook calendar automatically if you have the background sync on. And then the reverse is true too. Your calendar items that relate to people that exist in Salesforce or whatever CRM you're using will go to your to salesforce.com. But your doctor's appointments and things, they won't. So why are we better? Like there's a lot of things on the market, and like there's like what Salesforce is doing with their email integration is really confusing. More on that in just a second. But basically, our connectors are full featured and flexible. Like in the case of the Gmail add-on, it's not a Chrome extension. All these other ones are Chrome extensions. That means they're kludgy. You have to install it on every single computer. They don't work on mobile. Ours works in any browser. And in Outlook, we use Outlook add-ins, which are also kind of like this. They're super modern and they work really well inside of Outlook. You can even like go to a kiosk in an airport and log in, and you'll see CRM in your inbox because what we're doing is we're installing it in the Google Cloud for Gmail or in the Outlook cloud or on your Exchange server for Outlook. So it's inside of email. It's not some little extension that you loaded on your PC that pops up every once in a while. It actually lives in your email in the same cloud that your email runs. Anyway, where that goes back to like nothing to install locally. You can deploy this for all your users at once, or you can deploy it one at a time. But the bottom line is it doesn't live on your local PC. It lives in the cloud, in the Gmail cloud, in the Outlook cloud. We include portions of social insights in it. And the bottom line is you don't need to leave your email. You can use your CRM, Salesforce, or whatever it be. Right from email. And there's one price. We don't have multiple price points. Actually, we're going to have a price increase though, but there's one price. And we're not going to say, oh, you bought this and now you need the greater version. There's only one version of all our products, one paid version, and the price is the price, which I'll talk about more later. So what makes Chrome, what makes our native Gmail add-on in this case better than a Chrome extension? It just kind of always works because it's in the cloud. It works with other add-ons and even, and so on, whereas Chrome extensions conflict with each other. Chrome extensions are hard to deploy. The native Gmail add-ons have centralized deployment. There's actually security risk too, because Chrome extensions can see every single thing you do with your browser if you authorize them to do so. Ours is built into Gmail, so it's focused only on Gmail or your email. We can't see anything outside of that. And we're communicating with Salesforce.com or whatever CRM you're using over HTTPS, which is the same way you're doing that today. And then Chrome extensions do not work on mobile. Ours works almost fully, and I'll actually demo it. It works fully inside your mobile device. So in the case of Gmail, it's the Gmail app or the Outlook app. And then it's not browser specific, so you can use these native Gmail add-ons or our Outlook add-in in any browser. So Safari, Edge, whatever you're using. So like this is a really busy slide, but I wanted to address what Salesforce has been doing with their myriad of email integration solutions. First of all, they all cost a lot of money. So one thing is they're transitioning from something called the Lightning Sync, which has been discontinued officially for new Salesforce customers. So that's going away, Lightning Sync, and they're going to something called the Einstein Activity Sync. And then they have a Chrome extension as well. So there's a lot of downsides. One is like it requires Google Workspace, all of the Salesforce Chrome extensions. Ours can work with any Gmail address in the case of the Gmail solution. You have to be a Google admin to set this up. You can actually set up ours yourself and or try it yourself, or your Google admin can control and deploy it, both. You need a Salesforce admin to get this stuff going. We help you set it up yourself. It's deployed via the UI is deployed via an unreliable Chrome extension. I talked a lot about that. We used the modern Gmail add-on, so there's no issues. It's installed locally on each PC, which is crazy. That's like old school. Ours installs in the cloud. There's nothing to install locally. Doesn't work on mobile devices. In the case of Salesforce, pretty much full mobile capabilities with us. Only works in Chrome. Ours works in any browser. And then this is really odd, but the synced emails are saved outside of Salesforce.com when you use the Salesforce solution. When you use our solution, the synced emails go directly in Salesforce with full encryption, right? These things are saved in Amazon AWS. I really don't understand why. Maybe they'll fix that at some point, but they're saved there and they're unencrypted. Furthermore, it only saves the synced emails. The Salesforce solution only saves them for 6 months, and then they get deleted. In our case, the emails are saved as long as you want. You can get rid of them whenever you want or keep them forever if you like. Also, you can pay extra to save it longer because lots of things cost extra with Salesforce. But then they still only save it for 24 months. Like again, with ours, they're saved forever. And there's more, like synced emails do not show on most reports. And that's because they're saving those emails somewhere else. When you use our connector, it shows on all the normal activity reports. You can't delete them. If you're authorized to, you can delete ours at any time. And of course, theirs go away after 6 months, which is crazy. All synced emails are are deleted if you get rid of your Einstein subscription. Ours just stay there because they're saved in your normal Salesforce.com environment. They don't handle recurring calendar events. We do in the calendar sync. Synced email and calendar attachments aren't saved. We save attachments. It takes up to 24 hours to sync. Ours syncs every 10 minutes. That's when you're using the background sync. We have a social media integration that they don't. So, and their cost, which is crazy, is $50 per user per month. Ours is $12.95 per user per month paid annually. And actually that's increasing soon. So get in there after the demo. If you sign up, that would be great. Uh, anyway, and then you can't purchase theirs month to month, and ours can be purchased monthly. It's no problem, and you can cancel at any time. We don't play games. You can cancel online at any time. You can purchase monthly, whatever you want, and you only need to purchase for the number of users who need it. In our case, Salesforce makes you purchase for all your users. So anyway, if you just attended this to figure out what the heck Salesforce is doing with their with their sync, this might have been valuable for you. Hopefully you found it valuable. And then just quickly about ICRM, I promise I'll get in the live demo right after this. So ICRM is our own CRM, and it's a competitor to Salesforce.com, and it gives you that CRM from your inbox. It connects with QuickBooks, with your website. It also has our social insights, which brings you unlimited social media leads, LinkedIn leads, and everything's included at basically $30 per user per month. So if you're in the market for CRM, or you're tired of other competitors of ours, like telling you one price and then literally quadrupling, or it's even more. I've seen it. They come in at such a low price, and then a month later they want 3 or 4 or 5 times the price because you bought into their lower version, and they want to upsell you. We have one price. We don't upsell you. The price is for ICRM is about $30 per user per month. All right, so let's get into the live demo. Our most popular version of our product is actually our Gmail Salesforce connector. There's something like 180,000 installs. Actually, let's check. So you can actually get the add-ons if you don't have them already, and you're using Gmail. You can get our add-ons by just clicking this little plus button. See, I'm down here in the bottom right. This is Gmail, right? And you click this little plus sign. You could search for Salesforce, but I'll search for our company name so you can see all the different ones we have. And here's the Salesforce connector currently with over 170,000 installs on it, which is great. And then here's ICRM. If you do want to try ICRM, you can click that plus sign and just start using it right from here. You don't have to do anything else. Dynamics is here, as well as our other products, as well as Social Insights. So that's how you install it. After it's installed, it'll show as this little icon in the case of the Salesforce connector on the right-hand side of your Gmail. And the first time you open it up, it'll just ask you to log in to Gmail. It'll also ask you for a few details about you so we can set up your subscription properly. So after you're logged in, now this is like kind of the start of the live demo. You come to your inbox, and this will just be open, and on the right-hand side of your inbox, in this case, I'm looking at salesforce.com, it'll be shown. And it'll show you everything you need to do today, your tasks today, some recently viewed accounts and contacts, and these are all clickable. I can drill into these and see what's going on. But it's really powerful, or I should say most powerful, when you go into an email message itself. So I'll open an email message from James Person, right? So I open this email message, and you can see the sidebar on my right-hand side refreshes, and it's detected that the person that sent this message, James, was found in Salesforce.com, which you can see right here, and it's a contact in Salesforce. Works for Grand Hotels and Resorts, and I can click on the company name to drill into the account, if you will, right? And then it shows me, phone number, email address, things like that. Um, and it gives me the opportunity here to log the email or save it against something else. And as I scroll down, there's some social media links. It shows me, LinkedIn profiles and things for this person. And then it gives me like a 360-degree view of this account. Here's all the opportunities for this account, all the cases, all the campaigns, everything about this account is all right here in this contact. If I wanted to add an opportunity, I could actually add it, or a case. I'll show that in a little bit. So I scroll back up to the top here in its simplest form, and the basic feature that it performs, you'll be saving emails to Salesforce. So you will open a message. I'll just go back to my inbox. I'll open this message again, right? And then you'll see on the right-hand side, I have the option here to log this email to James Person, to the contact. So I'll click add, and you'll see that it just saved that message to James's record in Salesforce.com. And it says email added to Salesforce right here on the right-hand side. And just to prove that it actually works, I'll click open, and like first it opens the message here in the sidebar. But if I do open in full screen, you'll see that it takes me to this email message that it literally just saved in Salesforce.com right from my inbox. So obviously I can navigate around Salesforce and see more about James and what's going on with the account and so on once I'm in Salesforce as well. So you can use it from your inbox, but if you do need the full screen, it's there, and it brings you within the context of the person. So there's other options for logging the email while we're talking about that. If I want to log the email against something else, not the contact James Person, it kind of did that automatically, right? But I can link it to other objects too. And you can see if I click link, it comes up and it says, it's actually presented me with the open opportunities for this particular account by default. So it tries to help me find the right opportunity, but I could search for like any opportunity, or I could link it to anything in Salesforce, even custom objects, right? So the whole thing supports custom fields and custom objects, and you don't need to do anything. If you configure Salesforce.com to have custom fields and custom objects, or whatever CRM you're using, Dynamics or our own iCRM, it automatically renders here and shows any custom fields and custom objects automatically in your inbox, just the way I'm showing. So let's actually select an opportunity. So I'll link it to this big deal opportunity, and now you can see it saves this message against the big deal opportunity. Now I can open it again to prove it. But then there's one other function here, and this is the mark thread capability. So the mark thread capability, if you mark this thread, if I click mark, now any replies to this message will be automatically synced in the background. You can see it's marked, thread marked for sync. So you don't have to do anything for future replies to log this message in Salesforce. And so I just want to make a distinction between the marked thread functionality and the automatic sync functionality. And actually somebody's asking a question about that. So let me address that. So the automatic sync, when it's turned on for email, basically if you get an email or send an email, it'll look for the email address of the person that you received the message from, in the case of an inbound email, in Salesforce.com. And if it finds it in a lead or a contact, it will save it in Salesforce.com automatically. You don't even have to click that button I showed. So that's in a nutshell, the way that works, there's rules and things you can set up. You can set up rules that say, like, don't sync internal emails or don't sync emails to my attorney. Whatever you want, you can set it up. But in its basic form, it just looks for the person, the email address in Salesforce. If it finds it, saves the message in Salesforce. The marked thread is like a compromise, right? So you get an email from someone and you know this is an important thread, and you save the message. After you save it, you can mark the thread. And in this case, I saved the message against an opportunity. Remember that? So it'll just automatically save the rest of the thread against the opportunity or whatever it was originally saved against in Salesforce.com. So that's what the marked thread stuff is about. Um, let's do some more. I'm going to jump over to Outlook real quick, right? So this sidebar is here in Salesforce, but in Outlook, it's pretty much the same thing, right? And if I open, I'm in the same inbox in Outlook, right? And if I open this other message in Outlook, you'll see that the Outlook plugins don't, by default, they show at the top. And the way you get these is you do get add-ins, right? And then you just search for Salesforce Connector or NetSuite Connector or whatever you're using, or iCRM, right? So if you're an Outlook user, that's the way you add them. But then after that, you would just click on it up here on the top and then pin it. You see this little pin here in the upper right? Once it's pinned, all that means is every time you open a message, then your CRM will be just shown in your inbox inside of Outlook. Works exactly the same, has pretty much the same UI. And we actually have customers that use a mix of Gmail and Outlook, and that's allowed. We actually charge by email address, so if you use both, you can actually, for the cost of one subscription, you can actually use both. So anyway, this is what it looks like in in Outlook. And as I scroll down, you'll see here, there's the social media links and the opportunities. Everything's here exactly the same way. And it works exactly the same way. So let's take a quick look. Like, I'm going to switch to iCRM real quick. So this is iCRM for Outlook. And again, it presents very similarly to the Salesforce connector, right? Or to the Salesforce. Basically, we're bringing like a uniform CRM experience into your inbox. And then I have that, the same option to like click, I can click the dial, scroll down to see the social media links for this person, and any opportunities and things, whatever's in this case, it's iCRM. And whether you're using iCRM or Salesforce, you can actually click on open contact, right? And then that gives you like a 360-degree view of this contact. Here's all the activities, including email messages and things. And then I can go to details. This is actually the contact record itself inside your CRM. And I can even edit it right here. So I can make changes to this contact record right in my email and save it. It just works with required fields, whatever you've set up in your CRM, it just kind of works. And then if that isn't good enough, like, I can obviously view and edit everything about this contact in from my CRM. I can say open in full screen, right? And then it'll open it in a full screen in your CRM. I'll show that again in Outlook. I'm sorry, in Gmail. Anyway, so that gives you an idea of like how it looks in Outlook versus Gmail. Let's go back to Gmail again, if you guys don't mind. And I'm going to show, I'm going to just give me 1 second here, and I'm going to show some mobile stuff. Hang on. Let's get going with that. So this is my mobile device. Hang on one sec. Looks like I lost my video feed here. I'm not sure what's going on. Can hang on? I got it. Okay. So it took me a second to get my mobile screen sharing going here. I apologize. But I'm sharing from my iPhone now. I'm in the Gmail application on my iPhone, and I've opened a different message from James Person, and you'll see down at the bottom here those same icons that appeared on the right hand side uh, are showing on my mobile device at the bottom of my Gmail message, right? So if I want to see what's going on with James in Salesforce.com, I click on the little Salesforce add-in. So what was on the right side is now on the bottom, right? And you can see it's pretty much the same thing. I can pull it up to full screen, right? And I have exactly the same options on my mobile device as well. Um, I can log the email, which I'll just do. I'll click add, and it'll add this email to salesforce.com in this case, right? And then you can see it's added. I have that more thread capability, all the social media links, everything's here. So this person, what were they asking for? They were asking for product information. So a feature I really love on mobile is the email templates. So I'm going to reply to this message using an email template right from the connector here. And I will give them the product information response. And one thing that I use this all the time, and what you can do is you can actually reply using an email template from Salesforce.com. And if you have images or links or PDFs, whatever it is, it just includes them. And I just find it's super useful because I'll get email requests. People ask for like detailed information, and it's really difficult to provide that information from a mobile device. But with these email templates, you can just use them and bingo, send a massive message with all sorts of information right from your mobile device. And another thing like I'll mention is like all the phone numbers are clickable, right? And I can just call right from here. Same thing is true actually with the sidebar, but it makes it super easy to work inside your email in your inbox, either on mobile or on your Gmail or Outlook. So let me stop mirroring, but keep in mind that pretty much everything is available on mobile. Same stuff's available on mobile that is available on Gmail itself. A couple more things, and then I'll wrap up. So I mentioned you could open the contact right in Salesforce. So if here we are, here's the contact. I can edit it, show all the details of the contact, right? Edit it, or just open it in full screen, and it takes me to this person uh, in in uh, in Salesforce in this case. I'll switch over to ICRM, show you really quick. It works exactly the same way. Here we are in Gmail, and I can log this message in ICRM, which is our own CRM and includes everything, including this connector and everything we provide. And then I can click Open Contact here, right, see everything going on, see all the details with the contact, and open it in full screen. It takes me to that person now in iCRM. And I'm not going to demo iCRM. If you're interested in it, let us know or just give it a try. But this is what it looks like. It's very much like a full-featured CRM. Super configurable, right? You can customize everything, drag and drop fields. You don't need an army of consultants to do it. But it's a great CRM, has some really unique features like a recurring revenue feature, comes with that social insights and everything. So anyway, back to my inbox. Let's take a look at one more thing here. We're almost ready to wrap up. A lot of times people will send you emails and maybe they have an issue like having a problem with one of your products. Hopefully your products are perfect and this would never happen. But Here I got an email that says, oh, I have an issue with one of your products. Can you open a case? So if I scroll down, remember at the bottom, um, I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna switch to Salesforce for this because I think most of you are more familiar with that. So here we are, Salesforce. I scroll down. Remember, here's all the related opportunities and cases. I can literally just click the plus sign here, and it will create a case now from this email message, and it fills in um, the description of the case with the email body, assuming they're describing the problem in the email body, and then it'll pull in any attachments or anything else here. So this is how you can create a case from um, from your inbox, and then it'll just get assigned however your however your case assignment process works. It'll just work that way. So, and you can create anything else, like even custom objects right here from your inbox using the sidebar. Um, let's quickly go over to calendar. Where's my calendar? Oh, here it is. I wish my calendar really looked like this, right? But basically, it works exactly the same way. On the calendar, you open a calendar item, and then you can open the sidebar and open a calendar item, and then it gives you the opportunity to do all the same things. Log the calendar event. If the meeting is with one of your customers, they show up here. Everything works exactly the same from your inbox. One more use case is you get a message from someone who is not in Salesforce or not in your CRM, and let me go into that. I'll go back to my inbox and I'll scroll down. And I see like Bill Gates sent me a message a while back, and Bill. When I open Bill, it tells me Bill's not found in Salesforce, as you can see right here. And if I want to add Bill to Salesforce as either a contact or a lead, I can. It does surface some of his social media information, which is really cool. And it's clickable, like so I can click and go to LinkedIn and see Bill Gates information right here. But if I want, I can just add Bill to my leads or my contacts, and I click add, this little plus sign here, and you can see it actually filled in a bunch of this information, including like a company name and a job title um, from LinkedIn in this case. So it helps you fill in the information from LinkedIn. If there's any more questions, please put them in the comments. That would be great. Um, okay, so that's how you create a new lead. But speaking of creating new leads, and I don't want to confuse things too much, but I want to show you like our social insights product really quick. And if you buy our connector, which gives you CRM from your inbox, we'll actually give you social insights for free for 1 year. Literally free, and it's only like $10 a month after that. So in its simplest form, basically you're just going um, to profiles on LinkedIn. So I'll go to a famous person's profile. So this is Mark Cuban, right? And I'm connected to ICRM in this case because I actually use this, right? This is my real um, LinkedIn, right? So it searches for Mark in ICRM, and if it finds Mark, it tells me, and if not, it lets me add Mark to ICRM. So you could see it says this person's not in ICRM. Now, this is a famous person. They're probably hiding their email address. They're not putting their real email address in contact information here in LinkedIn. And in fact, most people don't put their work email address in this contact info. So if you pay for LinkedIn Navigator, you don't even get their work email address. You just get their personal one, which isn't great. However, with our product, if I want, I can add Mark as a lead, and again, this works with Salesforce or our own product. And you can see it fills in a bunch of information for me, surfaces all my custom fields and things, right? So I can fill it out properly. But if I go down to to the email address, so it didn't find the email address, but if I give it a little help, it will. So let's see, where does Mark work? Um, Mark Cuban, hang on. Um, and basically, um, if I put in Mark's company URL, it'll show, it'll show, um, it'll bring up his email address automatically. So I know what, and then I can save it in ICRM. So anyway, work email addresses you get from this LinkedIn Social Insights piece here, and you can create as many leads as you want. So if there's not any more questions, I'll go back to the deck and give you some pricing and kind of wrap up. Um, oh, there's a question about installation here. How do I install this um, for uh, for Gmail? So I showed how you can add it from the Google Marketplace. And what you do is you can deploy for the whole domain there if you want. So if you want to deploy this for your whole domain, you can do that as the Google Workspace admin. So it's super easy to do that. And then again, it automatically shows on mobile. There's nothing you need to do as the admin to do that. And while we're talking about that, the Outlook install, so get add-ins, you can get the add-in yourself and start using CRM from your inbox immediately. But then if your administrator wants to deploy it, they can from your Exchange server or from Microsoft AppSource and your Exchange server. We can send you like detailed instructions on how to do that if you need to, but it can be controlled centrally through Exchange, either on-premise or a cloud-based Exchange server as well. So pricing, here's the pricing slide. Hopefully you've all been waiting for it. So these prices will change within the next month. They're going up. So unfortunately, prices are going up these days. So get in now, and and we'll honor it for at least a year, even the monthly subscription. So it's $14.95 per user per month is the list price for CRM from your inbox, also known as the connector for Gmail and Outlook. Um, and uh, and and then if you order it for a whole year, it's $12.95 for an annual contract. So you get a discount for that. And again, you get in there because the prices are increasing. And then iCRM with the connector, with the QuickBooks integration, with Social Insights, with everything, is basically $30 per user per month paid annually, or $34.95 paid monthly. Social Insights, so get any lead and add them as and add them to Salesforce or to iCRM. That's $15 per user per month, basically, and you can get it for $9.95 if you sign up annually. So that's the pricing slide. Again, the prices are increasing, and if you do want to, to purchase, this would be a good time. This is my name's John. Here's my email address. If you have any further questions, you can just email me at the email address there, or if you have a larger group and you want a live demo, we can give you a live demo. It's totally no problem. Also, I'll be monitoring the comments in YouTube, so if you're not watching this live and you have a question, throw it in there and we'll try to get to you, or it's probably easier just to shoot me the email though. And that's it. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, my contact information is on the screen, as well as a younger picture of me. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please do reach out. We're happy to help, and we'll try to bring CRM from your inbox to life in your inbox as soon as possible. Have a great day. Thank you for joining.